Alright folks, and welcome back to the Don's channel. I am the Donfather and this is #AFL Car Chat. I'm going to be reviewing the game between the Melbourne Demons and the Collingwood Magpies. Round 21, Saturday the 10th of August at the MCG. And the first quarter was very slow to get going. I set my alarm for 4:15 to get up and get ready for this game, and I thought to myself, why the hell have I bothered? The only goal of the first quarter coming from Melbourne through Harrison Petty. There was 5 behinds for Collingwood and 4 behinds as well from Melbourne. It finished 10-5. Really nothing going on, no entertainment. No team was playing any sort of composed stuff. No real execution of anything in terms of quality. Both teams were sort of slow to get going, coming out the blocks, very, very slow. And I think that was the feel of the game throughout, but we'll go analyse it bit by bit and we'll get there and we'll summarise it. So first quarter finished 10-5, really not a lot of talking points to be fair at all. There wasn't even any real major big hits to go on about where you would say, that stood out. Nothing was getting the excitement going. So anyway, swiftly on to the second. Brayshaw straight away got the first goal for Melbourne, so they were 2 goals to the good. And then Collingwood started to find a little bit of form, but I feel this form, I just want to point this out, I feel this form that Collingwood got, they scored 5 straight goals. I'll go over the goal scorers, but I think it was gifted to them by sloppy play, uncontested sort of errors by the Demons. They were just losing sort of individual battles as well. Contested possessions from Melbourne throughout the day-to-day were pretty poor. And I think that's why you saw 5 goals, as I say, gifted to Collingwood in the second quarter. Pendlebury with 1, Myercheck with 2, he was great today. Thomas with 1 and Varco with 1, he was great as well. So the second quarter, half-time, finished 18-36. It was first half, the 2 quarters, very slow to get going. I was kind of glad that Collingwood did get 5 straight goals because it gave me a little bit of talking points for my review. But really, a very, very slow first half and quite hard to find any major talking points other than the goals. So into the third quarter anyway, second half, Frisch got 1 for Melbourne, the only goal for them in the third quarter, and again another four goals for Collingwood in the third quarter. 1 from Pendlebury again, he was sensational today, I thought. Varco with another, Myercheck with another, and Jack Crisp probably with the goal of the game. I would give him most of the credit. There was a little bit of a 1-2 pass with another player. I never picked up the players who it was. Apologies for that. But he's picked up the ball, he's passed it on, and he's received the ball again. Ran about 10 metres on a solo, and then rifled it from about 50-55 metres out. And it's kind of bounced along the ground in a grubber-type fashion and found its way through the sticks. Unbelievable kick. Really delightful goal to watch. And it was probably the main goal of the game for me in terms of talking points where you go, that was a little bit of spark. That was a bit of magic. I think another player that did stand out, but it was a little bit more of a quieter game from him, and I can't I run out of superlatives for the guy because I think he's fantastic in the ruck. It's Grundy. He never scored any today, but I just wanted to throw his name in here because he was starting to step up now and winning those things in the air, centre clearances and stuff, and I thought he does go about games doing his job, and he maybe doesn't get as much of the credit as he possibly should get for the stuff he does, breaking up play, as I say, in the air, centre clearances, just picking players out. He's composed. He just really is. He's kind of a unsung hero in there at times, I feel. But anyway, third quarter ended 26-62, so Collingwood were really starting to stamp their authority on this one now. I think they were playing better stuff as well. I can't say that it was because Melbourne were gifting it to them. I think Collingwood kind of stepped up in the third and they were showing their quality now being the key point. Fourth quarter, Melbourne bounced back actually. They scored 4 goals to Collingwood's 1. I'll go through their goal scorers. Petrarca, who was actually good for Melbourne. They did have individual performers where I say they done well. I'll run through them at the very end, stat-wise as well. But he did stand out, Petrarca. He got 1. Hunt got 1. That was a good goal. Oscar McDonald got 1. And Big Max Gawn, he got 1. He's a good aerial. Like Grundy for Collingwood, I think Max Gawn's kind of that guy as well. Big guy, big in the air, physical. He can score goals as well. He's a player I enjoy watching. It's probably a pity for him that he's playing in Melbourne, who really are struggling this year, if we're being brutally honest. They're better than the Gold Coast Suns, but they're still a good bit behind, I would say, most other teams within the ladder. But decent performers in there, and Majacek again with the only goal of that quarter for Collingwood. It finished 53-70 overall. It wasn't a great game. Collingwood's got the job done. They've already pretty much secured, I'd imagine anyway, top 8, but this gets them in the hunt for top 4. I think they'll want to finish in and around the top 4. I think they've got the quality. I think Collingwood's problem as well is injuries, suspensions and injuries. If they had a full team, I think they would probably have kept on to top 2 with Geelong, possibly the Lions getting in there as well, and West Coast Eagles, but I think they would have been in and around 2 and 3, no problem at all. But injuries have really been a problem for them. So I'm going to run through the players, and then I'll give you my best and fairest on the pitch, on the field of play, sorry. I would call that man of the match or star player. But anyway, we'll go through Melbourne's players. I picked out 3 players for them who I thought were really good and did deserve a mention based on their stats and from what I've seen with my own bare eyes. Sometimes you can get blinded by stats, I feel, and people use them too much. It's just about players that excite you sometimes, players that are capable of big hits. You know, they're the talking points I like. As somebody that didn't really understand that much of the game, that was what I was basing a lot of my man of the match performances on. People that love to get stuck in, the mongrel stuff, things like that there. People who are good in the ball, picking out passes, controlled, have a little bit of class about them, and a spark and a bit of flair about them. Magic, if you like. Usually the Indigenous players have that. But there was a little bit of a lack of that today, so I am using the stats for some because the stats were very, very good for individuals because of a lack of magic as well within the game. But anyway, Oliver for Melbourne, 11 kicks, 18 handballs, 29 disposals, pretty good there, 7 marks and 11 tackles. I think that was possibly the most tackles today. No goals and no behinds, obviously, given his position, but Petrarca, 12 kicks, 8 handballs, 20 disposals, 6 marks, 3 tackles, a goal and 2 behind. So he was very, very good performance from Petrarca today, as I mentioned. I enjoyed watching him. Fritsch as well was another one. 13 kicks, 2 handballs, 15 disposals, 10 marks. Let me see. Top marks, top in mark count for the players that I've picked down. I don't know if he was the most in the game. 1 goal and 4 behinds. He was very, very good as well today. And some rights he could have probably got picked for star man on the field. But I am going to give it to a Collingwood player because I thought he was fantastic. Not necessarily based on stats now. I just thought he was fantastic. So I'll name him anyway at the end. Majacek then for the Pies. 8 kicks, 4 handballs, 12 disposals, 7 marks, 6 tackles, 4 goals, 1 behind. Brilliant game from him. Thought he was fantastic. Side bottom, 18 kicks, 10 handballs, 28 disposals, 9 marks, 5 tackles, no goals, and 2 behinds. Wow, what a performance. Pendlebury, he's an absolute... I just love Pendlebury, I really do. He's been touted as the greatest ever Magpie. It is debatable, but for me, from what I've seen in this current team, I can't argue with what I've seen if you're going to say Pendlebury's the greatest right now in this team. I think he's fantastic, but as I say, I don't know enough about the history of Collingwood or the sport to start saying he's the best player ever, but he has been touted from ex-professionals and legends of the game, in fairness, saying that he is the greatest ever Magpie. I don't know, let me know in the comments section what you think about that, but I think he's fantastic. And now for the disposal king of the AFL right now. Treloar, 9 kicks, 22 handballs, 31 disposals, keeping up the form, absolutely smashing it in disposal count. 4 marks, 6 tackles, great player, isn't he? No goals and no behinds, but what a player Treloar is. He is not today's man of the match from the Donfather. It's side bottom. I just think he's fantastic. I mean, 5 tackles, 9 marks, 2 behinds, 10 handballs, 18 kicks, 28 disposals. He was involved in an awful lot. I think it's the bald head. He stands out. You can see him, pick him out, like Grundy with the long hair and a big, long, sort of gangly, tall figure of Grundy. They stand out for me, and that's maybe why I notice them more. But he's just a leader on the field of play. I feel that he's the experienced figure that players look to. When the chips are down, he steps up. Time and time again, he's been my standout player. Again, possibly one of the unsung heroes. I think there's times where De Goey, Pendlebury, and certain other players pick up lots of credit, such as Varco, who I never actually mentioned in there as well. But there's key players for Collingwood. Collingwood is awash with talent. A lot of them are out injured right now, so as I'm saying, they could be frightening when it gets to the knockout. Do not rule Collingwood out. This was a weekend side. They've still got the job done. They're in the hunt for top 4 before the split of the knockouts. But what a performance from side bottom. Not a great game overall, but still a good game. A good enough game for me to wake up. It gets the weekend going, or Saturday going for me anyway. And I'll go on. I think the Power are beating, I was kind of checking up on their score. I think they're beating Sydney Swans, so credit to the Power. They're still in the hunt for top 8 as well. Another team I really enjoy watching, full of young talent. So great weekend of footy so far. Huge upset last night in Canberra. The biggest talking point being snow. I did post a little bit of the video of the snow. I really enjoyed the footage. The cameras kept putting it on the fans. The commotion and the crowd, the noise coming from the crowd. They were all blown away with the snow. Possibly the first time in VFL, AFL history there's been snow. So that was quite funny to me. We see snow all the time here in the UK. The way you act with snow is the way people in the UK act with sun. Oh, we don't know what to do. We kind of freak out. But all in all, it was a great atmosphere. Really enjoyed watching that Giants. But the main talking point should be the Hawks absolutely demolishing the Giants. I called the Giants win. I'm happy to be proven wrong if the game has a good result. So credit to the Hawks for that. Good luck to your team this weekend. My predictions are now ruined anyway, so I just want to see good footy games from this point in. I don't mind who the winner is. One announcement on the channel-based announcement. I've got merchandise that I'll be able to post the images on Wednesday, so stay tuned for images of some baseball caps I've got now with the new logo, and some hoodies, a couple of hoodies that I'm going to be able to show you. If you want a hoodie, I can get it in your colour, your size, zippy. I don't know about pullover hoodies, but I'm sure I can get them. I was thinking, depending on the footy team you support, I could get it in the colour of your footy team with our logo of the colours of your team. So tying into your footy team with a little, see around the edging of the stitching? So say the logo's blue and the edge of the stitching could be red. Just for example, I can get that in for you for your footy club's colours. But with obviously our channel logo and a hoodie of your choice and size, colour and size, and caps of your colour specification. I can get them in flex fit, and I can also get them with a Velcro backing or clip backing. It's entirely up to you. If you give me the specifications, I can look into it for you. But they do. Baseball caps start at £15 sterling plus postage and packaging. I appreciate it might be a little bit dearer sending it to Australia. However, that is kind of a decent enough price, and the hoodies aren't that expensive either. They're going to be about £30 sterling. I don't know what that is in Australian dollars. You'll have to convert it, plus postage and packaging. I'm going to shop around to see who will give me the best postage and packaging available, but that's just to give you a little bit of information of where we are. But stay tuned for images. I'm really looking forward to launching this stuff. All proceeds are going to help buy stock, and obviously any other profits are going to go into the account for our AFL trip to Australia. So I'm buzzing about this. Please support us if you can, if you want to buy in. That would be unbelievable. I've got actually a few buyers already, so I'm super excited about that as well. And also you can check out social media platforms in the description section below, and other ways you can help support financially support the channel, such as patreon.com. You can become a patron, or you can sponsor my AFL theme mullet, hashtag mullet mania, or free the mullet, unleash the mullet, whatever you like. But that's all good fun anyway. You can go fund us on that as well, and that would be fantastic if you can do that. Thanks very much for watching. Great weekend of footy coming up, and we are really getting down to the business end of the footy. I'm absolutely loving it. Really excited about the next few weeks to see what happens, who gets the top 8, and from there on in, your future is in your own hands to those 8 teams. Good luck to all teams concerned. But thanks very much again for tuning in. It's greatly appreciated. I am the Donfather. Peace everyone, and goodbye.